We've all heard Johnny Cash sing Folsom Prison Blues, and we know what it means when he hears the train a-coming. And we know where that person is and what they're thinking. And many of y'all have thought, when can I get paroled from my position? I got to get out of Dodge. They have kept me shackled to the desk or shackled to this job. And that is what you want to know. When can I leave? When can I get out of here? I hear the train a-coming. And so you want to know when you can leave. So let me tell you eligibility windows from FERS, that is FERS Retirement Systems. And on the right-hand side, you will see SIRS or CSRP. No, we're not sipping on some CSRP. We are looking at CSRS as well. That is Civil Service Retirement System eligibility. So FERS on the left, SIRS on the right. And pretty much civil service, if you're civil service, regular civil service, you're all eligible. You can close your eyes and say you're ready to go. Civil service offset, maybe there's a couple of y'all who might be waiting on eligibility, but in general, civil service, by virtue of date of the civil service program, pretty much all y'all are eligible to go. If you haven't left yet, somebody's waiting on your job. No, I'm just kidding. But you want to reach out, we can help you get that done. I'm one of the few people in America who can talk incredibly comfortably on civil service. Reach out, we can help. FERS, however, has quite a few caveats and is incredibly fresh, right? There's a lot of salt in the wound of the FERS retirement system right now, especially post BBB, that is big, beautiful bill, passing. But the beautiful part of that is that it's bittersweet, right? Yay, it passed without affecting the federal employee retirement system real changes. However, there was such trauma during the time period of waiting to see how it would shake out that we do have some casualties, right? Some people left, quit, retired, took opportunities to leave prematurely, even though it may have affected what their income is. So let's see what your regular eligibility is without any offerings, and then we'll add the offerings to it. So first eligibility is MRA with 30. What the heck is MRA? Minimum retirement age. It's based on your year of birth. And if you've heard me say 57, that is the oldest MRA that exists. So when I say, oh, if you're over 57, that's the oldest MRA that exists. You see what I mean? There is none later. So there's no 58-year-old MRA, right? There's 56 and 10, there's 55 and 6, but there's no 58. So 57, if you're over 57, you are past minimum retirement age. So take a quick gander and check out to see what in the world your MRA is. And then we will come back, because if you're going to roll out an MRA, how many years do you have to have? How about 30 años, 30 years you're going to have in order to leave at your minimum retirement age. Now, the next window, this is like a two-sided coin, right? You got to have both sides of that hit before you're eligible to mosey on out of there. So age 60, all you need is 20 years, which is kind of great. Now, a lot of people find themselves in this little purgatory time period between the two. Oh, doggone, I'm 59 and I have 29 years of service. Yep, well, you're going to the next year either way. They just happen to hit double eligibility. So if you're 59 with 29, you would hit age 60 and have 30 years of service pretty much at the same time. You would just see which happens first, whether that's your birthday or your eligibility in terms of when you got hired, right? Will I hit 20 years first? Doesn't really matter. You just pick the first one and we rock and roll. Now, you could also have this as a second job. A lot of people come, especially after the military, and they come and work postal or federal, and all they need is 5 years of service to roll out at age 62. 62 with 5 years. A lot of people say 5 years, that's a very interesting number. Did the government pick that out of the air? No. They also require you to have your health insurance for 5 years consecutively before you retire if you're going to keep your health insurance in retirement. So that's the purpose of the 5-year deal, in order to both retire and have the health insurance, because there's no scenario where you can roll out with less than 5 civilian years, even if you bought back your military time. So for example, if you said, hey, Rayna, I'm 63 and I have 7 years of military I can buy back, and I've worked here at the Fed for 2 years. If I buy back the military time, doesn't that go ahead and give me 9 years? And then I'm ready to go. Yes, it gives you 9 years. No, you're not ready to go. You've got to work the 5 civilian. That's just the deal. So then a lot of people look down here at the blue and they see the MRA and 10, and they say, ooh, I have my minimum retirement age and I have 18 years of service. That's more than 10. I can go ahead and go. Isn't that true? Yes, but if you do, they will reduce your pension by 5% for every year that you're not 62. So let's pretend I'm 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 5 years away from 62 times 5, which means 25% reduction for how long? Forever, forever, ever. Forever never seems so long until you're gone. So that's exactly right. Forever. You do not get that money back. It is a permanent reduction. Permanente reducciones para ti. You will not be seeing that money ever again. So that's a reason a lot of people are not cool with taking the MRA plus 10. And let's go ahead and talk about the big bad deal that a lot of people accepted. Some people were being offered Veras and VSIPs, and some people were getting RIFed. A RIF is a reduction in force. So if you were RIFed and you had MRA, but you only had that 19 years of service, you were actually eligible for a pension, which means you took the reduction because of the RIF, and you were not eligible for severance because you were eligible for the immediate annuity. So there are people who are accepting right now a significant reduction in their pension, not because they felt like it, but because they were RIFed into it. So there's that. Now you say, Vera, what the heck is a Vera? Well, Vera is the lady that used to take care of me in the nursery, but that's not important right now. A Vera is a voluntary early retirement offer. Actually, it's the acceptance, authority, Vera, voluntary early retirement authority, which offers the offer of a Vera. And so if you were eligible for a Vera, that means you had 50 years of age or more and 20 years of service or more, or they don't care how old you are and you had 25 years of service. So if you were either one of those eligibility windows, a Vera doth thought be able to have. I'm going to amend that one. Doth thou be able to have, thou are able. So the point is, though, a Vera is the same as any of those top three in red. It's just as eligible, no reduction. You are not MRA plus 10. You are eligible for that Vera offer, which means you don't get a reduction in pension, and you get to keep your health insurance, assuming you had it for the 5 years. And you would get a supplement, but the supplement will not start until you reach MRA. So let's say you left with a Vera at 54 because you had 20 years of service. Yay, I don't get a reduction in my pension. Boo, I have to wait till 57 to get my supplement. But the other side of that is, remember, with the supplement, you have to watch how much money you make. So many people who are not eligible for the supplement because they took a Vera are actually living the dream because they can make as much money as they want to while waiting on the supplement to start paying them. So page 78, I know what page I want to go to show you. There it is. The supplement bridges the gap, right? It's designed to carry federal employees between retirement and Social Security because you're just not ready yet. You're not eligible. You're not old enough. So if you retire with MRA in 30 or 60 and 20, you're automatically eligible, or a Vera. But the Vera eligibility for the supplement does not start until you reach MRA. So they'll start paying you then. But when they start paying you, you're subject to this earnings test. So this year, 2025, they say you can make up to $23,400 in your other JOB. Word of the day is job. JOB. And you're able to work another job at whatever job that is, whether it's a fun one or a not fun one. It doesn't matter. If you're earning money, you can make up to $23,400 before they start reducing your supplement. It's the same rules as Social Security. Social Security has the same scenario. You can receive Social Security and work a job. But if you exceed that dollar amount, they're going to reduce your supplement or Social Security by $1 for every $2 you went over the amount. So if I made $23,402, they're going to reduce my supplement by $1. And that's true of Social Security as well until you reach certain ages. That is around full retirement age or past full retirement age. But that's for a talk another day. So if you're eligible to retire, you've got quite a few little happy options there for you in terms of getting out of Dodge. And it can be a nice little gig in terms of knowing that you're good to go, ready to retire. The only question is, are you truly ready, right? What does ready mean? Ready in the money and ready in your heart. So what's the calculation? Every year is worth 1% until you reach 62 and had 20 years of service. So quick note there, if you're over 62 and had 20 years, you're going to get that magical 1.1% per year, which is worth it every time. Although your proximity to that age is a big part of determining whether you want to go that far. For example, if we're talking at age 57 with 30 years of service, you're probably going to poo-poo my idea of working till age 62. But if you're 61 or 60 and a half, you're going to be much more open to going to that point. So we'll just get rid of all these images here, and let me just give you the kind of overview here. If you're eligible to go, we definitely need to have a talk because, again, you can be eligible by virtue of a window opening up for you, but maybe the money's not right. Or maybe, and I joke about, what do you feel in your heart? But we've all seen Shawshank, and we know what happened to Brooks. And there's a lot of people that retire and they feel like they have no more need, or they have no more identity, no more purpose. No one needs them anymore. They don't have a reason to wake up and doggone shower. I mean, they feel bummed out. You've all seen it. You've all heard it. You know how it works. And so that's two sides to the teeter-totter. I think everything's a seesaw, where you put something on the one side and something on the other and see how it shakes out and try to achieve some type of balance. So when we meet, we first will go over the actual math. What is your net income after tax, tag, and title, assuming your first window of eligibility? And then if it's not cool, if it's not what we really want, we'll see what the next best window would be. For example, 60 versus age 62 is a very common comparison that I make, and most often worth trying to achieve that age 62. However, if that income between pension and the supplement or Social Security is replacing your income that you had before, then we're just having a good old fun time with TSB and maybe nest egging it. Although sometimes we see that we're in the red, right? We're going to be negative. We're not going to be making as much money as we were while we were working. So we might need TSB to help compensate some of that. And I'm the queen of all of that. It's best to reach out and at least get, get my opinion on what you got going on. And the sooner the better. There's no scenario that's too soon to start planning, whether it's me or someone on my team. We live this, we breathe this, we want the best for you, primarily because we've done this for a long time and we're national. We have too many people talking to us. There's too many people that we work with. I would rather talk to you 5-10 times before you retire to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the decision you're making is the best one for you and your family, because there's going to be 20 people you work with who you're going to have call me as well. And they're going to be watching what happens with you. And then 20 years from now, I'm going to have someone in your family call me if something happens to you. Well, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, they'll be calling me, hey, Rayna, something happened to so-and-so. Can you help us do the claim? Why did you help them choose this option? I need to be able to tell them why and why I encourage you to retire at some time. So I say this because I've been in these situations. I've been doing this since 2005. So I have quite a few people who I've taken from suit to nuts and then dealing with their children already and helping them do similar things that we helped mom or dad with. So I hope that helps in terms of eligibility. You definitely want to go when you're both eligible and the money's right and you're ready in your heart and soul. And always remember, you want to retire to something, not from something. Not only from something, but to something. So you want to think of what you're going to be doing in retirement before we just try to get you out of there to escape whatever drama you're dealing with right now. Looking forward to talking with you. Reach out. My contact information is here. It's all over the place. If you don't have it, my number 850-450 6500. You can text me straight away and I'll get my calendar right over to you so we can get scheduled to have a talk and look under the hood and make a plan for a very long, happy retirement. We'll talk to you soon.